welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. So whether this is your first time joining or you're back again, thank you so much. We've got an action-packed and inspiring live stream for you tonight. But before we get started, just send us a quick message to say where you're watching this from and what you're up to. Be good to hear from you. Even if you're watching this on replay, please just send us a quick note to say where in the world or where in South Africa you are right now. So I don't know about you, but I've found it fascinating how innovative so many people have been coping with the last 4 months. It's definitely tested everyone, and no doubt some more than others. But what's inspired me the same way in 2012 on the first expedition I did around South Africa is the resilience of so many South African projects. And I've been a part of these in a small way for the last 8 years, and it's really been incredible to see how innovative they've become over the last 4 months and all the struggles we've been going through. If you haven't seen our live stream project catch-ups before, then do check them out. I promise you will be inspired. But back to tonight. So Tammy, Kathy, and Jennifer, all from the Amakhala Foundation, have spoken previously about the environmental education, literacy and health projects that the Foundation's been doing. And as a part of a series of live streams that we've been doing with Amakhala, tonight is our next installment. The Amakhala Foundation's conservation and community, and more specifically, their environmental education programs. But first, got a little treat for you before we get to the Amakhala Foundation. We want to check in with some of the online projects and online sort of courses that we've been doing and setting up, which has been very, very exciting. First, I want to check in with Molly to see what she's been working on. Let's have a little look what she's been up to.
Nearly all wild lions live in Africa, but a small number of them are a bit different. Can you guess where they live? That's right, Western India, in a national park called Gir Forest National Park. A national park is an area of the world that has an important meaning to us. That could be a historical or scientific meaning, or that the land is so beautiful that it must be protected by the government.
So all of you probably guessed, Molly's been working on some courses especially for kids, as you probably guessed by that video. So Molly, thanks so much for joining us. Please tell us what you've been up to and where this inspiration came from.
Cool. So hi everyone. As Roger said, my name's Molly and I'm a student at University of Nottingham. I'm actually also the president of our Zoological Society, so I do a lot of work with people around that. So I'm definitely interested in all of this stuff. So how this came about was really like a joint venture between me and Roger, and we wanted something for kids in lockdown that can't go on holiday, weren't at school, and were really interested in wildlife and to learn something new. And so I started doing a big cat project, so an online course of like a couple of modules, a couple of online lessons, a PowerPoint, and there's like some quizzes throughout it, and then you get a certificate at the end. It's aimed at ages like 6 to 16. The first one's a little bit younger because I wasn't sure how to word things, so I made it quite simple. But I've just recently done a Rhino one, which is a little bit more complex. So hopefully will be interesting for older people as well. So the older ranges, so 10 to 16. And it's exactly the same format. So quizzes and questions and things. And yeah, so basically you watch the PowerPoint, you listen to me ramble on about some things, learn some facts, then do some quizzes and get a certificate at the end. So if anyone's interested, it'd be fabulous if people could share it around, tell people that if you know some kids, if you know primary school, like teachers or anything, get the word out, because we really want a lot of people to get involved in this, because we feel that alongside lockdown, especially parents probably want a little bit of a break from teaching their kids. So I had a go at teaching their kids. So hopefully we can get it out to everyone, and it'll be really popular.
The course is great. What we're doing at the moment is to try and help out with some of the projects and some of the game reserves that are really struggling with their conservation levies and just keeping things running when there's no tourism. So what we're doing is 25% of any revenue that's coming in from these courses are going direct into our conservation collaboration, so that we can try and help out some of the projects and reserves that are most need. So please do give us your support. Molly's done a fantastic job with 2 courses so far and lots more to come. One last question for you very quickly, Molly. Where did the inspiration come from with regards to, your passion about the environment and animals and stuff like this? Were you really keen on learning about stuff like this when you were younger?
Yeah. I always loved animals, hence the veterinary study. But then I've always wanted to travel loads as well. So I thought that when I was just finished GCSEs, I'd go off travelling to Zimbabwe by myself for 3 weeks and volunteered at a rehabilitation centre for loads of different animals. And it was just eye-opening. It was incredible. It was the most amazing experience. I cannot recommend it enough to anyone who wants to go travelling and go and volunteer, do what you want to do. And that really, like I said, opened my eyes to a lot of problems that aren't, because I'm from the UK, you don't get the same problems as you do in Africa and things like that, like with droughts or famines or money problems or governmental problems. And I think that we can do a lot more than I think sometimes we do. And so getting interested in that stemmed from that and NUVS and University of Nottingham Zoological Society. So I've learned a lot from them, which is fab.
Awesome. Molly, thanks so much for just popping in to give us a quick update.
Thank you.
And please go and check out these courses on our website. We'd really love you to get involved with them and get some feedback. So thanks so much, Molly. We'll speak to you again soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye. So next up, we're going to bring in Dr. Peter Rogers, and he's going to join us very quickly from Hoedspruit to tell us about what he's been working on. So this is going to be something a little bit different. So let's have a little look at what he's been doing.
This is, we've been called out now on a Saturday afternoon. It's 38 degrees. And there's 2 cheetahs that have escaped from one reserve onto another. So we've got to get them back because there are lions on this side and the other cheetahs that are going to beat them up. So we can't wait for it to cool down. It's not going to cool down much anyway. It's not ideal conditions working in this heat, but we don't have any choice. You see this guy's left front leg is pretty sore, hey? Okay. He might actually have injured it while he was working, while he came through the fence.
Hey, so there's Peter. Hello, thank you so much for joining us. Let me just put Peter's mic on. There we go. Hi, Peter, can you hear us?
Yes, hi Roger, how are you guys doing?
Good. I love your sense of humor in those videos. You manage to throw in a little joke every now and again, and I think it's brilliant. It really does mix it up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go on, sorry.
With a lot of these wildlife things, there's a lot of stress involved and people are on edge. So just a little bit of humor now and again just, brings all the anxiety down a lot. Everybody feels a bit better.
So what you probably noticed there is Peter's been working on some wildlife vet courses, especially for students that are currently studying veterinary medicine, sort of more geared towards second year, third year onwards. And you've been working on some stuff in the background now, which is fantastic. We've just starting to release the first few modules of that. Do you want to tell us very briefly just a little bit about your background and what you've been working on with us?
Okay. I don't know how much time you've got, but yeah, I started studying veterinary science in 1978. But at the end of my first year, I met a little girl and my marks didn't do too well, so I had to do an extra year. Anyway, as a student, I worked in the Kruger Park, so that really sort of pricked my interest as far as wildlife is concerned. And then I qualified in 1984, and then 3 years private practice. And then I was very fortunate to work in the Tel Park Sport. I think all of you will be aware or know about Umfolozi and Shishlui game reserves, the home of the white and black rhino. And so I worked there for 7 years, and then I was approached to come and help at the Hoedspruit Cheetah Project, now the Hoedspruit Endangered Species Center, where they were battling with neonatal mortalities. I was there for 7 years. We managed to sort it out with a lot of help from my own colleagues. And then I've basically been on my own for the last 19, 20 years, wildlife practice. I do all the wildlife work, and I have a colleague, a young lady, who does the domestic animal stuff. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's what it is.
It's amazing. Look, I'm so excited to get these courses that you've been designing out to everyone, because they're looking fantastic. Peter, thank you so much for popping in just to say a quick hello. For those of you that have signed up for the initial modules already, Peter's going to be doing a longer Q&A tomorrow at the same time, but this is only going to be available for course members that have expressed interest and signed up for this course. If you haven't signed up yet, there's still time. Obviously, you can go onto the website and go onto the courses section and look for Wildlife Vet online. And then you'll be able to join Peter for a longer Q&A and really get some dive deep into things and ask him some questions, because there's a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of experience coming from this man who's been doing some incredible work.
Yeah, I look forward to it, Roger. Yeah, and looking forward to chatting to your students.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Peter. Have a good evening. Speak soon.
Thank you, guys. Be safe.
Bye-bye. Right, so let's get to the main event now. We want to check in with Tammy from the Amakhala Foundation, and I think it's about time we get a good sort of update and sort of see what she's been up to. So let's bring Tammy on. Hello there, Tammy. How are you? Oh, hang on, just having a problem with your mic. 1 second. There we go.
Hello, can you hear?
Hi, Tammy, how are you? Perfect.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, Roger. How are you?
Oh, fantastic. You keeping warm in the Eastern Cape?
Yeah, I see your colleagues are wearing T-shirts, and I'm sitting with at least 2 layers on, but it's not too bad. We've had worse. So yeah, I can't complain.
So for those of you that have just joined in, we're going to be chatting with Tammy from the Amakhala Foundation for a little bit. So send in any questions you have for her, and we can go through those, as and when we can. But what we wanted to start off with is actually throw in a couple of quiz questions to see if you can figure out following Tammy's talk. So I'm going to post the first couple of questions now, and then see during Tammy's talk if you can actually figure it out. So question number 1 is: Amakhala Foundation provides educational packs to learners. For how many different locations? So that's the first question you've got to look out for. And the second question is: how many worksheets have we provided thus far as a part of the educational pack? So Tammy's going to go into a little bit more detail about that, aren't you, Tammy?
Yes, indeed.
Perfect. Okay, well, let's just, before we get started with Tammy, let's just have a quick look, a little bit of background of what the Amakhala Foundation has been doing and what they've been up to. So I'll just show you a little video now, and then over to Tammy.
And how can you love something that you know nothing of, that you've never seen with your own eyes? How can you love or appreciate something that you don't understand, that you've never made any kind of personal connection with? Hi, I'm Tammy Smith, and I believe that it's my responsibility as an environmental educator to provide children with opportunities to better understand, appreciate, and respect the Earth's many amazing and diverse creatures. The Amakhala Foundation provides such opportunities through a variety of environmental education programs, each one tailor-made for a specific age group, such as the following.
Looks fantastic. Right, Tammy, the floor is yours. It's now your time to tell us all about what you guys have been up to. So over to you.
Thank you, Roger. And yeah, thank you for having us again. yeah, so maybe just to start with an update on the situation aside, we are starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel. Tourism is slowly starting to pick up. So we've opened some of our lodges to locals at this stage. So it's a good start. Then, unfortunately, schools are closed again, and there's still a lot of restrictions in place, so we still are quite limited. So there's good and bad. Just from the side, I just briefly recap just for those that haven't watched it. So my talk basically divided into two sections. I was getting the opportunity to chat a little bit about all the programs that we usually run, and which of course have had to be put on hold now with lockdown. And those are, just to name them, Nature Club, which is with high schoolers, Amakhala Expedition, which is with grade 7 boys. We run big environmental days, which is Water Day, World Environment Day, and Arbor Day, and that's with 6 to 9-year-olds. We have bush outings for a variety of ages, coaching conservation, which incorporates soccer and conservation.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Tammy. It looks like we're having a little bit of signal issues. So,
preschoolers. So the usual existing projects, and then of course with lockdown we had to adapt, and we started a few new projects as the needs started to arise in the communities, and that's been mostly mask making, education.
It's all right. You can keep going. We're back on again. Looks like your signal's come back again. Just need to unmute your mic there, Tammy. Tammy, you there? All right, Molly, looks like it's back to us. Having a few issues with Tammy, I'm afraid, so her signal does keep dropping. So I wonder, could you tell us a little bit more about what's you sort of going into detail with regards to the Big Cats course and the Rhino course? Have you got a second?
Yeah, of course. So we'll start with the Big Cat one. They're basically similar. But with the Big Cat one, you learn about 5 different species of big cat. So you've got cheetahs, leopards, lions, and leopards, cheetahs, lions, tigers, and panther, I think it is, yeah. And basically you start off with some fun facts, then you learn about their habitat, their diet, and then we also talk about how you can help them. So, and like the threats that are facing them. So I used the IUCN Red List and looked at where each species of big cat was threatened and how severe it was, and basically suggested some things that people could do at home really easily to help them. So that's basically stuff like recycling and reusing things, or donating to charities and things like that, and volunteering. So, and it was the same with the rhino one. So you learn about 5 different species of rhino. There's so many, and that was the same with the big cats. It was trying to choose ones that were the ones that people would know as well, especially with the big cat one. I didn't want to go too out there, especially for when it was for kids. But with the rhino one, you learn about the African black and white rhino. We've got the Asian one, so we've got the one-horned rhino, Sumatran rhino, and Javan rhino. And they are all so different. Like I learned so much, especially with the rhino one. And the same thing, go through habitat, diet, fun facts, bit of mating, and again, how we can help them. And yeah.
What I found amazing about your courses is it's obviously geared for the Big Cats one, sort of geared more for under 10s, and then the Rhino one sort of more sort of 10 to 16s and stuff like that. But it's actually such an all ages couple of courses, because I was learning so much as I was going through.
Exactly, yeah. And like even showing to some of my friends who are my age, who are 21, and they're reading it, and some of the fun facts, like a tiger's wee apparently smells like buttered popcorn. And that is my favourite fun fact that I've learned for the past how many weeks of uni. It was really interesting. So it is really for everyone. So anyone that wants to get involved and learn something new, lots of pub quiz information.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, let's try again with Tammy and see if she signals a little bit better. So let's just have a quick look. Tammy, are you there? Can you hear us now? Probably still not.
The picture.
No. Oh, that's such a shame. We're going to have to try again with Tammy when we can get a better picture and everything like that. That's such a shame. So yeah, we might just have to cut this off a little bit earlier than normal, though. But what we're going to do is we're definitely going to come back, speak to Molly a little bit more about her courses as more get developed. So thank you so much for telling us a little bit of intro about that. And then don't forget that Peter Rogers is going to be with us tomorrow for course members that have signed up for the Wildlife Vet Online course. So we're going to check in with him and have a much longer Q&A. So please do try and sign up for that if you can. So sorry that sort of cut us a little bit short with Tammy, but we'll definitely try again. We did give it a go. She had so many nice things to show us. So such a shame we're struggling with the signal there. But we will try again. And yeah, just thanks very much. Thank you again, Molly.
All right. Thanks, guys, for coming.
Thanks all, everyone. Sorry about that. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.